So I've been thinking the PlayStation disk drive repairs has been going so good that I kind of want to try it on this Dreamcast. Now I've had this Japanese Dreamcast for quite some time now, and it's always been a little bit loud. And it's basically down to the spindle motor being very loud. It's kind of this high-pitched noise. Even when I'm spinning it around, I can hear a little bit of not so smoothness. Anyways, let's get a baseline of what it sounds like. So it's not too bad actually. It's a little bit noisy. It's definitely a little bit noisy. So I haven't looked up how to do this, but I'm gonna give it a shot. It can't be that hard. I mean, this has sort of a similar disk drive layout as the PlayStation. So let's crack this thing open and see what we can do with this. So this is a VA0 Japanese Dreamcast. I gotta remove the, well, it's more like just a plate covering the modem section. It doesn't actually have a modem in there, I believe, but you do have to have it plugged in. Otherwise, some games will have problems. So let's crack this thing open. Okay. 4 screws. Dreamcast is super nice to service. I think this one already has sort of a greased up, lubed up drive rail, if memory serves right. All right. Let's see what's inside. And it just lifts up like that. Okay. So, hopefully I don't have to take apart too many things here. Just kind of want to get to the bottom of this, literally get to the bottom of this drive. Let me see if this will come out. It does. Although, it'd be kind of nice if the lens were all the way up to the top. So I wonder if I can kind of make that happen here. All right. So I've used the audio CD to move the head all the way to the top, just skipped over to the last track. So now we can access this much more easily. Hopefully. I need to undo this wire here to gain access. Okay. Okay, so by the looks of it, we don't have a lot of access to the motor. There's a sticker here. I might be able to just remove the sticker, and maybe beyond that there will be something. But maybe it's these tiny little holes here. Tiny little service holes. I'm not sure what that's for. Yeah, I'm not convinced that that's the part for oiling the motor. But we're gonna try something and just give it some oil and see what happens. I think I'm gonna put a little bit over there too, because I feel like the Seek motor is also very, very noisy in here. And just lube up the whole thing a little bit and see what we get. I've decided I'm gonna try to remove the sticker. Yeah, there's not much going on underneath, it looks like. Yeah. Although, I do see something. Aha! There is something going on here. It's a tiny little access hole, I think. That's where we're gonna have to put the oil. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a generous serving of oil in there, into those 2 little holes. Usually Sega consoles have much better serviceability than Sony consoles, and those holes on the little motor, they definitely seem a bit bigger than they are on the Sony PlayStation motor. So I'm gonna have a little bit of oil in there. It's kind of tricky. I need to put something underneath it. Put this modem underneath for now. Get some more oil going here. Still, this would probably be preferable with some kind of a fine tip apparatus to get it in there more easily, but as long as some oil gets in there, we're good. I do also want to do some more Dreamcast maintenance, I feel like, maybe. I do have a broken disk drive. I wonder if I can get it working. It's not exactly broken, but the laser seems a bit out of it. So maybe if I can order a new laser, could help it a little bit. But we'll see. I need to look at it. I mean, PlayStation 1 parts are readily available, but Dreamcast parts are not so much from like China. I mean, they may be a little bit harder to come by. I know, like in the past, I've seen lasers for this type of Dreamcast, I think, like the Yamaha lasers. But the one I'm thinking of is a VA1 with probably a Samsung drive, if I remember right, so not Yamaha. This laser seems fine. Didn't have to do anything to it. It was just reading games just fine. In fact, this Dreamcast, I got it as a part of a bundle. And everything was fine with it except for the power supply, because it's a Japanese Dreamcast and someone has probably plugged it into 230 volts and it blew up. But after fixing it and converting it, now it's working just fine. Just, I think the mains cap was blown or something like that. Alright. I hope we've helped it a little bit. We'll see once we hook it up. Let me see here. So, like, I've got a little bit of grease here. I could add some more, I think. For sure. A little bit of grease on these cogs as well. And I want to get some oil into that spindle motor. Not spindle motor, sorry, the seek motor, because that sounds kind of rough when it's moving up and down. I can kind of hear some not so great noises here. Okay, I've definitely drenched it in oil enough. Hope this helps. Work it in. And now I need to figure out how to get oil into that. I think like if I lift it up, on the top of it there will be some little service holes, because this is like solid here, but I think right there from there I can inject some oil. So first I'm gonna remove the excess from over here. Alright, that's good enough. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of oil to the seek motor there. Yeah, like there are some tiny little service holes on the seek motor, but it's a little bit harder to get to. This should not be impossible though. It's just kind of tricky to balance everything here with the oil kind of just trying to drop off of the toothpick here every time. I'm just gonna attack it. Let's go. If I put it on top here, it should seep into the motor. Hopefully. Lubricants never hurt anything. Unless, if you're trying to like make something more grippy, then lubricant is probably not the right thing to use, but for mechanical things, a little lubricant is better. Well, I mean, obviously if it's not conductive, it should be fine. I can actually sort of like do this Oh, that's actually brilliant. Like this, I could potentially much more easily get it in there to the right hole, but I think I've sort of done enough by now. It's really difficult to do with the camera in the way though, so yeah. So I have added the oil to the spindle motor, the seek motor. I've added some to the shafts, some grease to the shafts, and also greased these cogs here. This is perfect. I mean, there's something just so beautiful about the Dreamcast's design. With the Sony products, it's just going downhill, getting worse and worse as you know the consoles get newer and newer. Horrible to work on. For like just to access those cogs on the PlayStation 1, you need to take the whole top part off like this. This part here needs to come off. Not for this thing. You can access all the cogs from the bottom. It's just, I love this, the designers of the Sega Dreamcast. The controller is so easy to work on. It's the easiest thing to work on, really the easiest controller I've ever worked on. And the console itself is also fairly straightforward. Pretty nice to work on. Sensible design. You can literally convert the power supply from 120 volts to 230 if you want to. Or vice versa, but there's no point in doing that because the 230 volt Dreamcast should work in 120 volt outlets. And of course the final touch. Tap of IPA on the old laser, on the lens. Okay, nice and clean in case I contaminated it while handling it. And I think we're ready to go. Ready to reassemble it, or I could probably just like try it dry like this before I even put the lid back on. Although I do have to hold the button if I do that. I can just pop it on. I don't need to screw it in. This could use a bit of cleaning, but today we're doing mechanical work, not making it pretty. It's already yellowed. I don't really care. It's fine. All right. Let's see. I want to test the... Oh yeah, the motor already sounds way better when I spin it. I don't hear any of that noise. So I think this is going to actually turn out pretty good. Alright, let's aim at that TV there. And here we go. Let's go. I didn't plug in the power. That would probably help. Okay. Take number 2. Ooh. It definitely sounds quieter, I can tell you that much. It's actually quite impressive. Hold on. Let's just get into the game and take a good listen. Wow. So we're listening to multiple things here. The disc spin, the head movement, and the seek motor. The seek motor is still a bit but maybe that's just how it is with this older generation of console. This is a VA0. My VA1s have much quieter seek motors. But yeah, sounds definitely better. Well, I can definitely tell you at least the spindle motor is much quieter. But yeah, I think this is a success. It's not the quietest thing in the world still, but I mean, Dreamcast is never going to be that. Now, right now I don't have the audio hooked up, so you won't be hearing that from the TV because using a VGA cable, and this comes with 2 RCA cables, and this TV doesn't have RCA input for VGA. It's only a jack, and I don't have the converter right now, but yeah. It's sounding really nice. So I hope you found this video useful or enjoyable or whatever. And I'll see you again in the next one. Later.